I guess we're going to take a look at evaluating functions from different representations. The first one we're going to look at is evaluate a function from an equation. There are two methods to do this. There's this method here, or there's this method here. Each just depends on the kind of question that they give. As always, as I'm doing my example, I'm going to do example 1. You are going to do example 2. So let's go ahead and just start it off. It says type the entire function in. All right, so what is my function? So it says example 1 here. This is my function. I'm going to type in the entire function just like it instructed me into the Desmos calculator. All right, that's the first step. Then it says type the question they're asking for on the next line, and it's bolded. So you go to the next line and you type in the question they're asking for. What are they asking for? They're telling me to find h of -6, and I'm just going to type it in is what the notes tell me to do. So type in exactly what it is, and it gives me an output of 10, and you can see that I've put it right here. All right, so that's the first way of doing it. Then there's the second method. I'm going to still use my question to do the second method, and as I do my question, you're going to do example 3. So as I do this to prove that it's 10 again, but using this and this new method, you're going to do example 3. Okay, so this one says type the entire function into Desmos, which I already have mine in here, so this is going to be what it is. So you go ahead and type yours in. And then it says click settings, so I'm going to click settings. Then the table, so I'm going to click table, and it's given me a table, and then it says then input, and this should say then input what you are looking for. All right, so what was I looking for? Again, in my question, it was -6 is what I want my input to be. So I can just type in my input as -6, and you see how it gives me 10. So these are two different ways of doing it. So now that you've done this example 3, I'm now going to show you the reason why I show you this method is so that you can do questions like example 4. So if all they're asking you to do is find, they're giving you the input, find the output, you can do any one of these methods. But if they're giving you the output, so for example, in this question, you see they give you the output is 67, and they're asking you find the input, then you have to use this second method, because what's really cool about this second method is, and we're going to write the notes down as soon as I do it, you just come right to the bottom of the table, to the last number, and you press enter. Okay, now because I changed this first one, I think I have to redo it. So I'm going to come up here and delete it. Boom. And let's see if that works. Now come to the bottom, press enter. Nope, I'm just going to start this over again, sorry. So settings, table, the original thing, come to the bottom, press enter. There you go. And I can press enter, 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 enter. And what I'm looking for is the output to be what I'm looking for. So let me say that I was looking for the output to be -8. So h of question mark is equal to -8. What is the question mark? So I'd go to my output and I'd look for -8, which is right here. When my output is -8, my input is 12. So h of 12 is equal to -8. Okay, so this becomes very useful when they're asking you to find the input given the output. Okay, so let's just go ahead and write those notes in here. Go to the bottom number, and this hashtag means number, on X, and press enter. Enter until you see the output. You are looking for. Okay, so in your question, using the same equation you have in, you already have the table out, go to the very last thing, press enter, 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 until you see the output being equal to 67, and tell me what that input is. Okay, that's how you evaluate a function given equations. Let's practice.